Hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. In the last episode, Tsumugi was revealed to be the mastermind, and Junko Enoshima the 53rd. I'm not gonna question it. Weird shit is happening. I'm just gonna go with the flow. It seems like you're on the wrong track, so let me explain.
Okay, so first, I'll start with the event that inspired me to plan this killing game. That was about the time the meteorite impact started intensifying.
Did she just start some big story on her own?
Yes.
I knew of Hope's Peak Academy's Gopher project, and my inner Junko told me.
Crushing the Gopher project, humanity's last hope, would be the perfect despair.
Again, if only you could see my face. Literally, you're like, I listened to my inner Junko and my face just, what, bitch? What?
That's when I took over the killing game I devised. I forced those selected as humanity's last hope to play my killing game.
And then I took the name Tsumugi Shirogane and sneaked in among them.
Did Kokichi know about this? Wasn't he a remnant of despair? He was your comrade, right?
Huh? Comrade? Junko Enoshima doesn't have comrades.
It's like, you don't need a remote after you've thrown out the TV, right?
The remnants of despair are just a bunch of despair fanboys and fangirls.
But I am despair itself.
I am a god of despair. Kokichi was just one of my believers.
You're talking bullshit. Kokichi wasn't a remnant of despair. This is more bullshit. This is more bullshit.
A god wouldn't be comrades with one of their believers, right?
Then Kokichi didn't know your true identity either.
What a hopeless existence he led. To the end, he had no idea the object of his worship was right under his nose.
I don't care about your story. Tell us about the people watching. Who's this killing game being shown to? Where are the survivors of humanity?
There's nobody watching.
Well, I am. I'm watching. I'm playing. I'm adding to the problem.
Huh?
We were the last 16 people alive, you know? Who could be watching? Humanity is gone.
No, you're lying. If this isn't being shown to anyone, why care so much about rules? You're the one who keeps talking about making the game interesting. For whom?
That was just a part of my perfect reproduction.
Your what?
I just perfectly reproduced my own killing game is all. Just like the old Junko. The original was meant to be shown, so that's how I made mine.
You just wanted to recreate the past killing game. That's it?
Yep, that's it.
There are no survivors of humanity. Things are just as you recalled.
That is the truth of the Ultimate Academy killing game!
No, that's wrong!
Oh dear! I am so surprised!
Maybe we all remember that there's no one left out there. But how do we know our memories are real?
What do you mean by that? You think your memories are wrong?
Yes. Yes, they are. They're bullshit.
There's something that's been bothering me about our memories. Here, look at this book.
The complete history of Hope's Peak Academy?
This book contains years of research about Hope's Peak Academy. Nothing would indicate this book is a prop. I believe the information here is accurate. But there's a lot written in here that differs from our memories. What is different? To know that for certain, I'll need everyone's help.
Okay.
I want you all to tell me everything that you remember about Hope's Peak Academy.
We just need to talk about what we remember from Hope's Peak? Okay.
So it started with the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Where it always starts.
That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring wars and terrorism around the world. It would not be hyperbole to say that event brought despair to all mankind.
And it was all caused by a single high school girl.
Yeah, it was me! Junko Enoshima enrolled in Hope's Peak Academy as the ultimate fashionista. But my real identity was the ultimate despair. In order to cover the world in despair, I put my plans...
Wait a minute. Something doesn't add up here. Huh? I detect no discrepancy in my memory banks.
I mean, to be honest, what is more suspicious to me is that they're all saying stuff that's very similar. We asked Maki, like, hey, can you tell us about Hope's Peak? And again, she's hitting the exact same points. Surely, if you all had unique memories, they would be just that, unique. They're all too similar. It reeks of collusion, but we know they haven't colluded. So what does that tell us?
Yes. Everything we just said is just like we remember it. But it doesn't match what's written in the history of Hope's Peak Academy.
Okay, so what is written in there? I can't read it. The writing is too small. I'll determine exactly why later. For now, I need to identify the discrepancy.
So you gotta play Spot the Difference! Point out what everyone is mistaken about in their memories of Hope's Peak Academy. Alright! Time to play some Danganronpa trivia!
Okay. Okay. We only have the one bullet eye.
Most awful, most tragic event in human history.
That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy,
Okay, let's see what we have.
inspiring war and terrorism around the world.
The cause of all that despair was just a single high school girl.
A student of Hope's Peak Academy.
The ultimate despair! Junko Enoshima!
I did everything in my power.
To spread despair over the entire world!
Something about that statement doesn't match with the history. I mean, technically speaking, it wasn't started by just one high school girl. It was started by two. Junko and her sister, whose name I forget. What was her name? I have no clue. Something about that statement doesn't match with the history. Was the ultimate despair really just one person? Well, thank you, game.
The biggest,
Thank
most
you
awful,
for that.
most tragic event in human history.
That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring
Okay.
war and terrorism around the world.
Okay, Himiko should be coming
The
up.
cause of all that despair was just a single high school girl.
Oh no, god damn it. God damn
A
it.
student of Hope.
Let's go, fast forward. While I struggle to aim.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring war and terrorism around the world. The cause of all
And
that
okay,
despair
okay. I'm gonna
was
aim
just
for
a
the
single high
crosshair.
school girl.
That's wrong! One high school girl started the tragedy, the ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. At least that's what I remember, but that's not what this book says. Ultimate despair doesn't just refer to Junko Enoshima. It refers to a group and the movement that came after. To put it simply, there's more to ultimate despair than Junko Enoshima.
This is the first time I've heard about this. Wasn't Junko the ultimate despair?
That's what I recall as well. That label should only apply to her.
No, there were multiple at least. I think again, it's been quite a while since I played the first game, but there was at the very least her twin sister.
Coincidences sure are scary. Everyone misremembered the same thing.
Coincidence? Misremembered?
No, it's no coincidence. I know there's a difference in these memories.
And that's not all. There are other discrepancies I'd like to point out.
Ugh, does it even matter? I'm bored already.
Just shut up.
So, let's continue where we left off. Junko resorted to different tactics to cover the world with despair. The killing game between the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy, for example.
They were locked up and forced into the killing game by the ultimate despair.
But boo-hoo. When I, the one who started it all, died, events were set in motion.
And the world began to move towards restoration.
Then the fight between the Future Foundation and the Remnants of Despair raged on! But the worst-case scenario was avoided! Yay! A happy ending.
Not yet. There are more points that conflict with that history. I'll point those out next. Still just the one truth bullet.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history happened because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
They were held prisoner by the ultimate despair and forced into the killing game.
Oh, I have some bad news about that. The events that my death set in motion are only now reaching their climax.
So the remnants of despair and the Future Foundation are still fighting. But for now, we've avoided the worst of it.
Again, the remnants of despair were on the back foot. They were almost wiped out, and that's why we got Danganronpa 2. I think it's different from our memories after all. What's the contradiction? I don't think they're still fighting.
The tragic event in human history happened because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
The last few remnants of despair were captured,
the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
And thus the next killing game ensued.
And forced into the killing game.
Oh, I have some bad news about that. The events that my death set in motion are only now reaching their climax.
So the remnants of despair and the Future Foundation are still
fighting.
Oh no, I think.
But for now, we've
Wait a minute,
avoided
what?
the worst of it.
Did I miss? Did I miss? I didn't get it. Like, no, you were wrong.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event.
That was weird.
And
let's try that again.
of despair and the Future Foundation are still
fighting.
Okay, there we go. The remnants of despair and the Future Foundation. They both existed, right? You can see it written here in the complete history of Hope's Peak Academy. Okay, so I was wrong. I made a mistake. I need to think it over again.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history happened because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
They were held prisoner by the ultimate despair and forced into the killing game.
Oh, I have some bad news about that. The events that my death set in motion.
I'm not necessarily paying attention to what Kiba was saying. I wanna hear that again.
So the remnants of despair and the Future Foundation are still
I can fast forward
the worst
this.
of it.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history happened.
Yeah.
Because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
Wait. He's saying that the biggest, most awful, most tragic event happened because she had, done many ways of spreading despair, like the killing game. The killing game came afterwards. The Killing Game came afterwards. I think. Again, I'm
They were
trying.
held prisoner by the ultimate despair.
This
and
does
forced
not
into the
help.
killing game.
That
Oh, I have some bad news
whilst
about
I've
that.
enjoyed
The events
Danganronpa,
that my death set in
I'm
motion.
not obsessed with the franchise.
They're only now
I don't
reaching
know
their
every
climax.
single little thing about, you
So
know,
the
the
remnants of
intricacies
despair
that
and the Future
happened.
Foundation are
I'm
still
not
fighting,
interested
but for
in
now,
knowing that.
we've avoided
It's
the worst
fun.
of it.
It's fun, but I'm not like a mega fan, so I'm like, oh god.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event
Okay.
in human history.
Again,
Because
hovering
Junko had
over
prepared countless
the
ways of
slow
spreading
down
despair.
button.
Like the killing
Game of the 70s.
I'm gonna miss.
class
I
of
missed.
Peak Academy.
Okay, no. What now? No, but this is all right. Just look over the complete history of Hope's Peak again. I don't remember the complete history of Hope's. Well, still, there were only 3.
Oh no!
Still, that tells me which one I'm looking for.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Fast forward.
The ultimate despair.
Oh god, why?
And forced into the killing game.
Oh, I have
Why
some
do
bad
I
news
keep
about
missing?
that. The events that my
Fast forward. Just come on, we'll get there eventually. We've still got 2 minutes.
Despair.
There we go.
That's wrong! It wasn't the ultimate despair that trapped the 78th class in Hope's Peak Academy. It was the class themselves. They shut themselves in.
Oh, why? Yeah, I forgot about that. Again, as I said, I've enjoyed Danganronpa. I'm not like, oh my god, Danganronpa, I love it so much, this is the best game ever. Like, I have other franchises that I much prefer, that I would rather spend my time learning every single little scrap of lore. Danganronpa, it's been fun. I'm not obsessed with it. I'm not obsessed with it in the way that some people are.
Shut themselves in?
Yeah, now that they've said, that is exactly what happened. They sealed themselves away.
Why would they shut themselves in?
It has to do with the Hope's Peak Academy shelter project. During the tragedy, the 78th class trapped themselves inside Hope's Peak Academy for protection.
So our memory of the 78th class being trapped by the ultimate despair?
Are you saying our memories are wrong?
Why did you trust them? Why did you trust them in the first place? You had no proof that they were right.
It just means those documents were written all half-assed. There's no need to worry about it. Your memories are all correct.
And again, why should we trust you? You're Junko Enoshima, the 53rd.
What you've been saying isn't consistent. First you said it was just coincidence.
Is that so?
Let's just move on. I want to talk about one more thing from our memories. It's about the rebuilt Hope's Peak Academy that we were attending.
What about Hope's Peak Academy?
There's no doubt that the 16 of us were students at Hope's Peak Academy.
Is there? I think there's doubt.
We heard it had been rebuilt and was accepting applications for talented students again. And so, we gathered at the brand new Hope's Peak Academy.
Since Hope's Peak Academy was large, we were all in separate classes. But there's no doubt we were students of the new school.
Just like I thought, there's something wrong there. But why? Why are our memories so different? And still just the one truth bullet? Okay, good stuff.
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt. And with that, recruitment of talented students resumed.
When we found out, we came to the new Hope's Peak Academy.
The new Hope's Peak Academy was a huge school. Which is why we were all in different classes.
But we're all the same! That's right. We were all students of Hope's Peak Academy.
I feel like it's either gonna be recruitment started up again, or we were all students. Because I don't think they were students. I'm trying to think back. Oh God. I don't think there was any mention. I'm trying to go back to Danganronpa 2, you know, at the end with the Future Foundation. I don't recall any mention of like, oh yeah, Hope's Peak was rebuilt. We restarted it. I don't remember that. Oh God. I think I'm just gonna have to guess. Why? Why are our memories different? What is going on here?
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt. And with that, recruitment of talented students resumed.
I'm gonna go for the we were all students.
We came to the new Hope's Peak Academy.
I'm gonna go for that one first, because I don't think they were.
School, which is why we were all in different classes.
But we're all the same! That's right, we were all
students of
Hope's Peak Academy.
You're saying I'm wrong? That stuff's the truth. Doesn't matter if you're the ultimate detective or what.
Oh no!
I made a mistake. I need to think it over again.
Hope's Peak Academy
I
was
don't
rebuilt.
know this law.
And with that, recruitment of talented students resumed.
Oh, I should have gone with that first. That was my other choice.
We remember Hope's Peak Academy taking applications from talented students. But that's not what's written here. The Academy did not take applications. All of their students were scouted.
Oh, yeah. Ow. I get this. This is information I have not thought about in years.
Scouted? I've never heard that.
I wasn't scouted. I applied to Hope's Peak Academy on my own.
Me too. I chose to come to Hope's Peak. At least, that's what I remember.
And your memories are wrong.
Are you saying we're remembering it wrong?
Yep.
But what if this book's just wrong? Researchers make mistakes too.
Maybe so, but I'm not getting all this from just the book. There is other evidence as well.
Other what?
The killing game we're in now is one that began with Hope's Peak Academy. So this is the third game after Hope's Peak and Jabberwock Island. But remember what Rantaro said?
Well, the truth is, this isn't your first killing game. You're the ultimate survivor. You survived the last killing game.
But Rantaro's name wasn't listed among the past participants of the game. He was not present at the 2 killing games that Junko orchestrated.
Then, which killing game did Rantaro participate in?
I'm not entirely sure, but it's clearly inconsistent, isn't it? And the inconsistencies don't stop there. Kokichi's account is also suspect.
Kokichi's account is inconsistent too?
Oh, an inconsistency? Do tell.
We remember Kokichi as a remnant of despair. But I don't think that's true. He wasn't a remnant of despair.
He wasn't a remnant of despair?
No. No, the only reason you think that is because of the flashback lights. Which, again, you got from Monokuma.
That's impossible! He was definitely a remnant of despair.
Why? Why? Because the flashback light said so?
The remnants of despair were the ones who tried to stop the Gopher Project. And Kokichi was their leader. If he was the one leading the remnants of despair, then he must have been second only to the ultimate despair herself.
Yes, he loved me more than anyone. Like an obsessed fan hiding in the bushes. So where's your proof he wasn't a remnant of despair?
The proof that Kokichi isn't a remnant of despair. I mean, we have his motive video. That talked about like a little clown cult. I think we want the clown cult. There was no mention of the remnants of despair in his motive video.
This is it! The motive video we found in Kokichi's dorm room.
Kokichi Oma, the ultimate supreme leader. He caused mayhem the world over as the leader of the secret organization DICE. And by mayhem, I mean petty, non-violent crimes and harmless pranks. Anyway, Kokichi had 10 loyal goons working for him. These goons were like friends and family, the most important people in his life.
An organization centered around petty crimes, one that forbids murder. And in addition to that, the group was only 10 people. That's far too few to be the same group that tried to sabotage the Gopher Project. Meaning that whatever group Kokichi was a part of is not the Remnants of Despair. His motive video clearly contradicts our memories. The memory we have of Kokichi being a remnant has to be false.
That it does. That it absolutely does.
You mean, he wasn't a remnant of despair? That's not possible.
Come to think of it, we never actually heard it directly from him.
But it's still not possible.
Kokichi didn't tell us because he wasn't exposed to that flashback light. And neither was Kaito.
Junko? Hope? Despair?
Kaito didn't appear to know anything about the Remnants of Despair, or Junko Enoshima.
If they'd been exposed to it, maybe we'd know the truth.
No, you just have more confirmations of lies.
Maybe it's better that they weren't. I think the people who were affected by that flashback light were wrong.
What do you mean?
All of these weird inconsistencies are from memories we got from the flashback lights.
So the flashback lights are the cause?
You found the classroom that makes all the flashback lights, right, Shuichi?
Yes, and I noticed something strange about it. I actually did a little experimenting with a device hidden in the room. It allowed you to select the memory that a flashback light would recover. However, some of the memories were inconsistent with each other.
Yeah, it's like someone was choosing what memories you did and didn't have.
One might say there are survivors, but another would say there are no survivors. Bizarre, right? The flashback lights allegedly help us recover our memories.
But they weren't. They're giving you memories.
We're supposed to remember the truth that we forgot, and there should only be one truth. But then, having the option to recover contradictory memories doesn't make sense.
Then what are you saying?
I'm saying it's all nonsense.
Huh?
The flashback light isn't for recovering lost memories? Is that what you're saying?
Then what was it for?
What was it for, huh? Huh?
giving memories. That's what I think it's always been about, just giving us these nonsense memories.
Go on, tell them. What are the flashback lights for?
Well, Shuichi will do that in the next episode. So until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.